I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a Dowsing Rod session where I will be asking questions that you guys have submitted. So if you guys have questions that you want me to ask in these sessions, if you could submit them to the link in the description box, I'll put it down below. It helps keep me organized because my backlog of questions keeps growing, which is fantastic. You guys are so curious and I appreciate that. So yeah. A few other things. The future is not set in stone. Anything I ask about the future can change. It's just the most likely outcome at this point in time based on the way things are going, the way people are acting, general sentiment in the ether. So take those things with a grain of salt. Know that you can change the future if you want to, just by changing your actions, your thoughts, and go from there. Also, I am not a medical professional. Please do not take this as medical advice. Please talk to your doctor before making any decisions medically. And in this case, it's for entertainment purposes only. Other things, I don't necessarily believe everything that comes through the rods. This is very much for your own discernment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and go from there. So yeah, I think that covers it. Oh, if you guys want to, I do release these videos early for subscribers. So if you want to join my channel, there's a link in the YouTube website. You might have to join from a desktop computer. I know some folks have had issues with that. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get into it and figure out who we're talking to. If you're with me and willing to answer questions, could you cross the rods for yes? Thank you. Could you open wide for no? Thank you. Could you point to the direction of your energy? Thank you. Am I speaking with an archangel? Yes, thank you. Is this Archangel Michael? Yes, thank you. Alrighty, let's get into the questions. Is there a cure for autism that we are unaware of? No, thank you. Have adverse reactions to vaccines contributed to the rise in autism? No, thank you. Is it true that walnut oil and black seeds, when mixed together, can heal autism? No, thank you. Can what we call autism be caused during pregnancy by eating too much sugar? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by the father drinking too much alcohol before getting pregnant? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by a head injury? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by eating sugar at a very young age, maybe under the 1.5 year mark? No, thank you. How about under the age of 10? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by not sleeping enough at a very young age? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by working too hard and not sleeping enough? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by a lack of communication? No, thank you. Can autism be caused by a combination of some of the things I just asked about? No, thank you. Is autism genetic? Yes, thank you. Is autism just a variety of being normal? Yes, thank you. Is everything we call autism genetic? Yes, thank you. Does a combination of the former make autism worse? Let's see. Does any of the things we asked about above, like sugar or not sleeping enough or working too hard or not enough communication, do any of those things make autism worse? No, thank you. Does being in very good physical condition help to be less autistic? No, thank you. Can having very good hearing contribute to having autism? No, thank you. Are the gastrointestinal problems autistic people have caused by stress? Yes and no. So like a sometimes, is that right? Yes, thank you. If we replaced caused by with contributing, okay, if we replaced any of the previous questions, instead of being caused by to contributing to getting, does that change any of the answers? No, thank you. Is there more autism now than there was 100 years ago? Yes and no, thank you. Is it that there's the same ratio of people that there was 100 years ago? Yes, thank you. Is it now we just have language to describe it and are doing so more frequently? Yes, thank you. Is this a sign that we should do things differently? No answer. Is that too broad of a question? Yes, thank you. Is autism something special that we should make more room for in society? Yes, thank you. Is there a specific cause of ADHD or autism that isn't hereditary? No, thank you. Is autism caused by trauma? No, thank you. Are there children with a variety of forms of autism here to look at our problems with a fresh new perspective? Yes, thank you. Does Mercury cause some autism? No, thank you. Is Ayurveda good for autism? Yes, thank you. Has the MMR vaccine caused autism? No, thank you. Can we cure ADHD? No answer, thank you. Do we have ways to regulate the expression of ADHD? Yes, thank you. And that's not necessarily a cure, is that correct? Yes, thank you. Can we cure autism? No, thank you. Are there people with autism or ADD or ADHD or other spectrum disorders that are these folks more awake than those who are not? Yes, thank you. Do individuals with autism experience energy differently than neurotypical individuals? Yes, thank you. Do people with autism have a stronger vision of spirituality? Yes, thank you. Are children today who are diagnosed with autism really from the fifth dimension? Sometimes, thank you. Is autism a reflection of the human evolution toward a higher consciousness? Yes, thank you. Is autism a form of evolution? Yes, thank you. Is autism one of the next steps in evolution? Yes, thank you. Are those with mental health disorders like dementia and schizophrenia more connected to the spiritual realm? Yes, thank you. Can autism be helped with earthing or grounding? No answer. Does that question make sense? No, thank you. Is there a reason it would need to be helped? No, thank you. Is grounding just good for all people regardless of autism or ADHD or ADD status? Yes, thank you. Is there a government cover-up as to why so many kids are being diagnosed with autism? No, thank you. Is ADHD real? Yes, thank you. Can ADHD be reversed without medication? Yes, thank you. Can it be reversed with diet? Yes, thank you. Is ADHD an energetic or vibrational disorder? Yes and no, thank you. Is that partially? Yes, thank you. Is ADD or ADHD an evolutionary difference? No, thank you. Do people with ADHD have a tendency to hear other entities and that's why they have so many thoughts at the same time? Yes, thank you. Do people with ADHD have higher vibrations? No answer. He's asking me relative to what? Relative to anybody else? No, thank you. Do people with ADHD have mediumship capabilities? Yes, thank you. Is ADHD the only effect of living in modern society? No, thank you. Is ADHD treatment slowing down soul development? No, thank you. Can watching too much TV cause ADHD? No, thank you. Is ADHD a blessing? Yes, thank you. Is autism a blessing? Yes, thank you. Is it a disorder? No, thank you. Is ADHD a disorder? No, thank you. Is there a correlation to aphantasia and ADHD? Yes, thank you. Interesting. Is the ADHD increase of late due to the overuse of screen time? No, thank you. Is the emergence of ADHD brain type part of our progressing evolution? No, thank you. Could ADHD be seen as a gift or a curse depending on the person's perspective? Yes, thank you. Is ADHD caused by heavy metal and mold toxicity? No, thank you. Does taking Adderall or any ADHD medication block the spiritual gifts of a person? No, thank you. Does taking Adderall or any ADHD medication stunt the spiritual growth of a person? No, thank you. Does having ADHD and being on the autistic spectrum, is that a handicap? Let's go with partial no. Is that accurate? Thank you. Does that depend on your perspective of the situation? Thank you, yes. Could you use it to your advantage and make it a superpower instead? Yes, thank you. Where were we? Does having ADHD or being autistic, is that a gift that will help you later in life if you learn how to use it? Yes, thank you. Will people with ADHD be less healed with, or be able to be healed with med-bed technologies? No, thank you. Can ADHD stop you from doing something that you really want? No answer. He's saying only if you let it. Is that accurate? Yes, thank you. Can ADHD stop you from doing things that you are not passionate enough about? No answer, thank you. Is that, again, entirely up to the person? Yes, thank you. Can most people heal their ADHD if they find their own right modalities of healing? Yes, thank you. Is ADHD caused by trauma? No, thank you. Are there different types of ADHD that have different root causes? Yes, thank you. Are people with ADHD cursed? No, thank you. Are people with ADHD indigo children? No answer. Is that a sometimes answer? Yes, thank you. Is telekinesis real? Yes, thank you. Can telekinesis be practiced by a person that has ADHD? Yes, thank you. Do autistic children choose to be autistic when they are incarnating? No, thank you. Is that even something that's like brought up as part of the life preview? Yes and no, thank you. Does it depend on the person? Yes, thank you. Is it true that autistic kids, due to their connection to their doubles, act as a protection to their families? I'm not sure I know what a double is. I don't know that Michael does either. Okay, how about this? Is it true that autistic kids can act as protection for families spiritually? Yes, thank you. Are some autistic people starseeds? Yes, thank you. Do autistic kids choose their parents? Yes, thank you. Do some of the autistic or neurodivergent people in general struggle? Do the struggles have to do with being more accustomed to realms other than physical Earth? Yes and no, thank you. Does it depend on the person? Yeah, thank you. Have autistic people evolved more than neurotypical people? Yes and no, thank you. Is autistic hand stimming a form of a mudra? No answer, thank you. Can stimming be a mudra if the person so intends it to be? Yes, thank you. Alrighty, that's all the questions that I have for this session. So if you guys have more, if you could drop them in the link in the description box. Otherwise, I will catch you guys next time.